Hello, welcome to our first website review of 2014. This is our January one, and we're going to be looking at SnowSupermarket.co.uk. So my name's Chloe Thomas. I'm the author of eCommerce MasterPlan 1.8 and eCommerce Marketing. You can get hold of both of those at ecommercemasterplan.com books, and on that website you can also request your own website review if you like what you're seeing here. Before we get to the core of the review, I just want to tell you a little bit about eCommerce Masterplan and how it's more than just a book. So at eCommerce Masterplan, we look to help e-commerce businesses, small to medium-sized e-commerce businesses, reach their point of e-commerce success through a mixture of inspiration, guidance, and enlightenment. So we inspire you through case studies and stories from other industries. We enlighten you by explaining what the options are for you and how to make those decisions for your business. And we guide you, so we show you exactly how to implement your marketing methods, what sort of things you should be doing with your website. So today is really kind of a mixture of all three, I guess, is this session. We deliver this approach through a wide variety of services, all of which you can find out more about at ecommercemasterplan.com, where you can also access our blog where there's lots of information available for free. eCommerce Masterplan 1.8 runs through your 3 steps to successful online selling, which of course first of all you need to understand what sort of e-commerce business you are. Identify your e-commerce business structure, identify the scale of your product range and differentiate your business. Right here on YouTube there's a video entitled The Niche Product Range, and that will explain the second of those. Today though we're going to be focusing in on the first of our core foundations, building the right website. So let's look at who our focus is today. Today we're looking at SnowSupermarket.co.uk. They're an online-only business. They only sell via their website. They have a very niche product range scale, as we shall see. So they only sell snow and ice. So you'll understand that a bit more when we get to the website. Their USP is their product, so that's their unique selling proposition. The thing that makes them different from everybody else is their product. They sell snow, hence their Snow Supermarket. I should say I haven't ever looked at this website before, apart from to get enough details to be able to fill in these bullet points. So I'm going to this fresh. Without pausing any longer, let's get on to looking at snowsupermarket.co.uk. So here we come onto the website homepage, where we've got quite a nicely evocative and quite pretty external design around the header and the sides. We've then got some very clearly descriptive photography and clear pricing going on with these images. So let's talk about the images first of all. So we have real fresh snow. Clearly you can buy a nice box of snow. We've got Christmas tree kits. We need to dress a Christmas tree. Snowballs. As this is now January, I would suggest the Christmas tree kits, it's time to remove those and put something else in their place on that homepage, because Christmas is a long way off at the moment. We have snowballs, artificial crushed ice, snowflake decorations and the fake snow, which all have some nice imagery. You can clearly see what you're getting there. We've then got these bullet points that explain a little bit more about the product. So the snowballs, we know it's a pack of 4 and that they're soft and throwable. We've got pricing from. We've got the artificial crushed ice. It explains it's very realistic and it's made from glass. We have that snowflake decorations come in 6 types and 3 different sizes, and that our fake snow is the world's #1 product, I guess, in the fake snow arena. I'm not sure it's the world's #1 product overall. We've got 3 sizes, and it's used for film and TV, and it is fireproof. Who knew fake snow needed to be fireproof? We've got clear pricing on all of these. What we don't have is any kind of call to action. There's nothing on any of these 6 images to tell us as the consumer what we need to do next. You know, find out more, see how you could use them, find out about multi-purchases, or, you know, whatever, you know, something which at least says, even if it's just a straightforward buy now button, something which drives people through to the next point. So that's really missing at the moment, but I do like the fact that it very quickly and visually explains your core products, assuming these are the best-selling products, which they should be at this point on the website. Let's just go back up again a second and let's take a look at our header, which dives us into straightforward products. We've got our real snow, artificial snow, where we've got 4 different options: falling snow, ice and frost, and sparkles and decorations. Now, all of those kind of make enough sense for me to be able to go through, but you know, I'm quite new to this whole fake snow thing, so what it would be good to have somewhere around here is maybe something which explains the whole purchasing snow concept. Might be a useful introduction for someone who doesn't really understand how all of this works, which I have to be honest, I'm mainly looking at these pictures right now going, is it a wet snowball or is it a dry snowball? How's the real fresh snow different from the fake snow? I have so many questions, and there's nothing. This is very much designed for helping you get to exactly what you want, which it might be people who want it know that, but for the uninitiated customer like myself, I'm struggling a bit with understanding what the products are really. This is another area which really does need updating. I love the fact you've got a bar running across the top here which explains your last order date. It's a really strong call to action and also something which customers like to understand. But what this is currently telling me is that I need to order by the 20th of December 2013, which I really hope is not the case, and which is going to put off some customers because 1, it's inaccurate, 2, it suggests they're not going to get the delivery, and 3, it's out of date. And having an out-of-date website reduces consumer trust, and trust is the way in which we get customers to buy from us. They have to be able to trust us. We have to make it easy for them, and they need to be able to trust us. We've then got the blog, about us, and the contact information. We've got a quick finder, which I think is... Oh, okay, let's go real fresh snow. Then our coverage doesn't work, but our pricing does. Artificial snow, we don't have a coverage option, but we do have a pricing option. Falling snow, no coverage. Ice and frost, no coverage. Decoration and sparklers, no coverage. So it would appear that none of your departments have anything in the coverage arena. So if that's the case, let's get rid of that drop down because that's just going to be confusing people. Anyone who's watched several of these videos will know I have a bit of a bugbear about buttons because you want the buttons to clearly explain to people how they progress through the buying process of your website. Yes, here our buttons that drive us through to purchase are all in the same colour, but they are very, very pale. If I was looking after this website, I would consider testing a brighter, bolder colour. I get why you've done it in this pale grey blue because it fits really nicely with the design, but you know, look at how much our real fresh snow stands out from our others because it's just got those different colour elements and the red going on in it. So have a go, have a test of changing the colours of your buttons that drive people to purchase to something else and see what impact that makes on sales. Here we've got a bit of a reiteration of our navigation again, and here we've got some of our latest products. As always, I love people having products right here on the home page because it enables the customer to very quickly get through to something that they want to buy. These should be bestsellers or the occasional new item. I wouldn't have thought you'd want to have 2 identical images going on here, even if it is worthy of having the 1 kilo and the 100-gram snow sparkle sets. You probably want them to be different images if you're going to be focusing them on here. So how many? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different ways to get to essentially the same places I think on here at the moment. So I'm not entirely sure your website needs a quick finder because actually it's simply reiterating your finder up here. So it doesn't look like you've got that wide a product range that it's worth taking people through to that. Although when we look at the pricing differences, maybe you have a vast quantity of snowball options, for example. So real fresh snow, we had these different pricing bands. So maybe there's quite a few products through there. We'll go and have a look in a minute. I just wanted to look at the footer before we go any further. Here we have our Facebook, Twitter. I would think you ought to be having Pinterest because you've clearly got some great images going on. And these are very visual products, so I would suggest a Pinterest account would be a good idea, and then making sure that that's included in this place as well. We've then got, we've got delivery and return section, that's good. Our products in use, what's that one got in it? Wow. Yeah, you definitely need a Pinterest account if you haven't already got one to be sharing these kind of images of what you can be doing with your snow. That's quite impressive. That's very impressive, in fact. So definitely a Pinterest account if you don't already have one. And make sure you're adding those great images to it. Now, down here we have a fantastic line, which is SnowSupermarket, world leaders in snow and winter effects. Where is that at the top? There's nothing about that on my first view of the site, apart from this bit that's kind of hidden under our fake snow. I would have something about the fact your world leaders up here, or potentially in this space here, that's big and bold and clear, because that is going to give people that trust through to you. And looking at those pictures of Nicole Faye and Ralph Lauren, you can clearly back it up. So let's increase that trust, that validity of what you're doing, and let's get it front and centre on the site. I might even be tempted to switch out one of these for CR products in exciting places. So maybe some of the shots of where they've been used in films, maybe some of the shots of where they've been used in those shops that we were just looking at, which is really going to inspire people with some ideas what they could be doing with it, but it's also going to be giving them a better idea of what you do and how if the film industry trusts you, then presumably you're very trustworthy. Yeah, and then we have the been used for many years. So again, you can explain the longevity of what you've been doing. And then we've got the email newsletter sign up, which is cool down there too. Potentially, you could turn that newsletter, depending on what content you're putting out with it, into something which is see where our snow gets used next, and hang off that celebrity angle, that publicity angle, just to give someone a little bit more about joining our newsletter, how you can use snow throughout the year, or our top tips, or something like that, which is just a little bit more compelling than the join our newsletter. So let's go and have a look at one of our areas. Let's go straight into our fake snow. Something I would say here as well is up here we've got it as artificial snow, down here we've got it as fake snow. Probably worth working out which of those keywords is best for you and sticking to that one consistently throughout the website, unless there's a good SEO reason for wanting to be covering both of them. Okay, we appear to have an RSS feed, which is just going to give us an RSS of the artificial snow products. I'm not convinced anyone's going to be signing up to that, or that you actually want them to be signing up to that. So I get rid of that, because that's the brightest button on the whole page, and it's one which you probably don't want them to be clicking on. So I'd lose the RSS feeds from this point. And we've got a nice little filtering tool down here, so we can go into it. We've got some descriptive text. Now here, you've said you've only got two types of fake snow, your display snow and your instant snow. I can get to both of those via my tracking here, but I can't click on either of them here to see more. We then talk about snow blanket, so that's a fourth type of fake snow, which I can get to here again. And then we have Snow Sparkle and Ice Sparkle, neither of which I have any idea of how to get to from here. So I make sure that these are links that take people through to those pages that only show those. I would make this copy a bit bigger and a bit easier to read. So I'd beef it up a bit with some more words, as well as making the text a little bit bigger to help people understand it really is truly a description of the products. We can sort by, wow, pretty much everything. Lots of choices, which is good. And we've got all kinds of products going on in here. All kinds of different things. And actually, snow sprays, which is on over here in our artificial snow filtering, isn't mentioned at the top, so I don't really know what the snow sprays are. So let's just have a look at the snow sprays. We've seen one there. Okay, these are literally spray on snow. Okay, but if I take that off again, we had something over here that was called... Oh, we've come back to a different page. Let's come back to our artificial snow again. See, this one here is snow sprays, which looks... Ah, right, okay. I had not realised that. We have... These are actually categories, and then these ones down here are products. I would include the wording on these images. So see all our snow blankets, see all our display snow, see all our instant snow, see all our snow sprays. Just to make it really clear what we're going to, because I thought those were products. Now I've scrolled down, I realise they're not products. So let's have a look at the display snow then. We only have our 4 options, which are all to do with the size of the snow itself. Fine to medium to fake. Sorry, to large. You've got a capital missing there on the L. And we've got medium in a 5-litre bag. Now, what's quite confusing for me here is that these sizes are talking about kilos, and then this one suddenly goes to talk about litres. Either you're selling the product in litres or you're selling the product in kilos. Whichever that is, make sure that you're being consistent, because right now I know how big 5 litres is. I have no idea how big 2.75 kilos is. Based on the price, I'm assuming it's an awfully large amount more. What I also don't have any clue about is how much of this I want. No clue at all. And it's a bit hard to work out whether fine, medium or large helps me. So I would be having some explanatory text at the top here, which maybe actually if I go here to the display snow, I'm learning we get slightly different. No, we get the same results. So maybe something here which helps explain the differences between the different products. But for now, let's go through. Let's look at the medium snow. Look at your product pages. Right, I love the fact that you've clarified it's ink VAT, because I'm guessing you get quite a few businesses buying through this, so it's always useful to clarify if that is the case, whether it's ink or ex VAT. We've also got the delivery price front and centre up here, which it's always useful to have because that can turn people off. I'm guessing you're pretty much the only place people can get display snow from in the UK, so you can get away with charging an £8 delivery fee. But not all businesses can get away with that. But it's still, I would still be tempted to test bundling the delivery in with the price of the item and seeing what impact that makes, because you could then make it a $49.99 product and you're pretty much still square on price looking at those ones. You're clarifying it's in stock, you're clarifying how quickly it's dispatched. That of course is not delivery, but at least we know as a consumer that you're getting onto it quickly. My comment about buttons carries on as before. What we don't have here is the ability to add more than one of these to your basket. If your customers only ever buy one of an item, then it's fine just to leave it nice and simple. If not, add a place where they can increase the quantity they're buying, but make sure it starts on 1, not on 0. We've then got our little buttons for little icons for which credit cards we can use, which is always a useful thing to have at this point and nice to have it right next to the basket. Then we have the information about the products. At this point we can find out how much it will cover. We've got our delivery and returns. And we've got our payment and security information. So that's really nice. It's going to very quickly, we can get the key details about the product. We can also get if you're going to say it is a link. Excellent, cool. And we've got the delivery and returns and the payment and security information. And we've got some extra buttons going on down here. They may or may not be working for you. I see no harm in leaving them there. I prefer this have a question to this ask a question. So if you're redesigning, I get rid of that and keep this one. We have like, tweets, and we have a pin button. Excellent. You definitely want to have a pin it button at this point. And then we've got the picture of the product itself, and hopefully, there we go. We've got pictures of the product in use. And that looks like it's going to be a nice video of the product in use. And this is on YouTube as well, so it's going to be giving you extra presence, which is cool. Yeah, extra views from that. We then have links to all the artificial snow on display, so that's cool. And we have cross-selling the key types that we've been looking at. So we looked at display snow now. We had our instant snow polymer, which I'm guessing has more options. Yeah. That's a good way of showing what the snow does. It's a bit better than the piles of snow in front of the boxes. What is, however, missing on quite a few, what's definitely missing is that's not a particularly good title tag, by instant snow. It should really be, at the very least, the product name. I'd be including the fact you're using Raymond Briggs the Snowman here and getting that included in the names, so you're getting the SEO power of being linked with the snowman. I would definitely be doing that. Let's just see, was that the same on other products as well? See, this one's got a better title tag, so it might be you just need to go and take a look through and make sure everything's got a relevant title tag on the products. Just make sure the automation piece is working well on that as well. So we've looked at the product pages, we've looked at the the other thing I was going to say is, on these product pages, for such an interesting and exciting product, yes, we have some images, we've got a video. What else could you be doing, which may well be in this blog section? Because there must be a lot of stories and a lot of buzz you can have going on around this. So we have top 5 movie snow products, we've got real fresh snow, and that's the extent of our blogging. Okay. Some more blogs needed, I think. I would be tempted to take those pictures we had of the shops, and I'd include that here as blogs. I'd also look to maybe do something like, the top 5 movies where we think snow's been used the best, or the top 5 craziest ways we've seen fake snow used last year. Make it exciting and interesting. And really go after that celebrity factor if you've got it. Go after the zany and the crazy factor, because I'm sure people are using snow in odd places. You could even do a blog on the top 5 things you could do with real snow that we really recommend you don't with fake snow. Whatever those silly ideas might be, it might be black run skiing or something we'd suggest you don't do with fake snow. Or maybe it becomes the top 5 things you can do with fake snow you might have thought you could only do with real snow. There's got to be some kind of educational pieces in there which would be really interesting for people to read. So that's our little review of SnowSupermarket. As I said, it's a niche-only website, which means it's an online-only website even, which means they've got to leverage that website. It's got a very niche product range scale, which gives them, as we've explored, lots of opportunity for cool content. And the USP, again, is the product. So really everything on that website needs to be focused on educating people about the product, explaining how great the product is, and leveraging that to really drive the marketing traffic. If you want one of these reviews done of your website, please go to ecommercemasterplan.com and you'll find the links to sign up for a free website review. We do one of them a month, and we generally pick fairly at random which one from the existing list we do. So don't think if you sign up today you have a worse chance than someone who signed up last month. You don't. We pick at random from whoever's requested. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next month for our next review. Thanks, bye.